you could become a champion in conservation. And it's in the last couple of years, they've chosen to carry on working only with the champions in the wine industry, which are, I think we're 42 members at the moment, that get support from WWF in terms of conservation management plans. They audit us in terms of how much we do with integrated production of recycling of water from the cellar, that we do recycling on the farm, we do any spraying, least spraying possible. So it's a complete holistic approach to conservation. It's not just looking after the vineyards and the fynbos, but it's a business.
So, talking about conservation, the other thing in the Western Cape, a huge issue, water and the conservation of water. So do you guys do anything specific in that regard?
Yeah, so we've changed the way we used to water in the vineyards to being more stress managed. You would use a pressure bomb test on your leaves of your vineyards to check how much water is actually in the leaf of the vine before you would add any water into the soil by giving it drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is also less using water that evaporates when you're using overhead sprayers. So you would minimize the amount of spraying of or watering the vineyards. We also do, interesting fact is you use about 5 liters of water to make 1 liter of wine.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah. So in the cellar, when you're producing the wine, you have to do a lot of cleaning, and all the water that then runs out of the cellar, we're one of the first people to set up a water recycling plant. So we treat that water, we mix it with some of the bathroom waters that comes out of septic tanks to make it live again, and adjust the pH on that. We let it run through a wetland, and then we pump it back into a irrigation dam, and we irrigate all our gardens with that water. So it's quite an expensive exercise, and I remember my dad, when we were doing it, he said, "You must mal," because it was costing so much money. But to me, it was just not a negotiable. So we try and reuse the water that comes out of the cell instead of letting it run back just into the fields.
Well, that's amazing. Seems to be the conservation issue seems to be your baby. Where did this love for this come from?
Where does it come from? Hans Hoeisen was instrumental. His property that he owned next to the timber, or in the Timbervati up at the Kruger Park, he owned 14,000 hectares that he inherited from his father, and he donated all 14,000 hectares to the Kruger National Park.
Wow.
And WWF gets traversing rights, a donation every year from them using that property. And he left his own inheritance to South Africa in the Hans Hoeisen Charitable Trust, which is, I think, charitable trust in South Africa. And that money has actually purchased the West Coast National Park. It's made it bigger. Investment all over South Africa from the Table Mountain Fund all over South Africa. It's getting funding from that trust. And I was privileged enough, and Victor was privileged enough to be on his farm in the Timbervati before he passed away. And that's, I think, where our love for nature came from.
Wow, what a story. So when the public come and visit the winelands, they're not always aware of what they should be doing and they should not be doing. So in terms of conservation and sustainability, what tips can you give to the public when visiting the winelands?
I think bring your empty bottles back. That would be good. We used to give a little bit of money back for people who brought their empties back, but today recycling has become more, normal in South Africa. So it wasn't just us doing recycling of bottles, but I think if people could just understand that you don't need packages for every single bottle of wine that you take with you. And in Europe, you sort of bring your own bag that you put your bottles into. One could reduce just even the packaging that you have from driving from here back to your house, and instead of just throwing another box away, encourage people to actually reuse, like you go shopping in town with your bag. Why not go shopping on wine farms with a bottle bag? In Europe, they actually make wonderful bags, or even in Canada, I've seen these wonderful bags where you could put 9 bottles of wine in. You just carry them home, empties back next time.
There might be a business for somebody there, making reusable wine carriers.
Carry bags for bottles, yeah.
Yeah. So conservation.
And drink the fresh farm water that we have on our farms instead of insisting on bottled sparkling water. I think that would be a great move.
I second that one. I think sometimes the bottled water are worse for you anyway, so let's get into that discussion.
Exactly.
So issues like conservation and sustainability and social responsibility, I mean, you have a lot of overseas visitors and tourists coming. Are these important issues to them and also to your international wine buyers?
I think it's we've forgotten to tell all the stories that we're busy with. We've started putting up more visuals as people arrive on the property. So even just a sign that we put up last year that the Cape Leopard Trust gave us, because we have leopard roaming around on the farm. Just informing people more of what we're busy with, I think would do us a lot of good. People are looking out for it. I think it's non-negotiable these days that you're supposed to be looking after your people and the environment. So to me, it's like something that I used to sell extra, but it would be nice to sell more or to tell more stories so that people can feel more part of the brand.
Yeah, I think
and that we're talking with the WWF about is that the little logo that they have on the championship status of conservation champions, it's not recognizable by consumers, so they don't understand what it means. And we need to work harder on making that link between conservation and the wine brands that are actually looking after the environment.
What about your buyers internationally? Do they actually compare brands and look at these things, or do they just buy on price?
I wish there was a bigger drive.
Well, let's talk about the basics. Can you give us your very own wine quote, or your favorite wine quote?
Yeah, it's that part of just enjoy the wine, don't overthink it. We've complicated the wine industry so much, people rather drink beer. If we could just make more people enjoy a glass of wine easier than being worried whether they know too much or too little about the wine. I think it's make it simple that people can just pick up even a Gewürztraminer. You know, I was talking to someone about today. I said people are just scared of the name, never mind the wine, but it's such a beautiful wine. And if more people could just put a bottle of Gewürz on the table and say, enjoy this with a curry, and enjoy the simple things in life, because it is just amazing what we can make out of grapes. And we just complicated it because people think they don't know enough about it, so they'd rather not try it. Simplify it and enjoy wine more.
It's very interesting that you just said, because it just made me think, you know, you were just mentioning this, the social media side of it and stuff like that. That would, for instance, be an interesting story, because I think a lot of times people want to hear from the wine farm or the winemaker or the winery. What, you know, if it comes from you saying, have this with your curry, then people will actually have it. If they see that story coming from the source. So that's quite interesting. So Nora, just quickly, if visitors coming to Delline, just give us a quick rundown what they can expect there on the estate.
At the moment, they can come from Monday to Thursday between 9 and 5 and buy wine. That's it. And see the beautiful autumn colors on the mountain.
Okay. Well,
We're strategizing tomorrow about when to reopen restaurant and so on. It's midwinter, and we've decided to not do. We've had to cancel our mushroom experience. We even put a mushroom box together. People can order some dried porcinis with risotto with a wine selection, have it ordered home. And we'll have to reconsider how and when we open. Because it's winter, it's actually working in the vineyards and helping packing wine. We've tried to keep them busy. We'll have to open with a bang later in the year rather than sort of sit and wait for people to feel comfortable to do outings or to restaurants again. Mm-hmm. But we'll be here and we'll look after the farm for everybody until it's time to be ready.
If people want to get hold of you or they want to order wine, how do they do that?
Online, yeah. Any online platform that has Delham on it, please support us. And then our own online platform, we've also SnapScan on there, so people can order their wine home. Retailers in South Africa. Otherwise, take your car and drive up here in the middle of the week. It's incredibly beautiful at the moment, the winelands.
Yeah.
And there's Delham on it. Please support us.
Well, thank you. It's been such a pleasure talking to you, and it was so interesting.
Been to Delham, but like 30 years ago. You know, people forget that we're still here. But some people who come back, they said it's so nice to still come back and see some familiar things which their memory lane brings back to them. I think there's very few wineries where people can say they were here with their parents, and some of the little corners are still the same, and they have memory lane moments which are really nice to see. So look forward to seeing everyone again.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate your time, and I'm sure everyone will enjoy this. And
and thanks for having me. Yeah.
No, thank you very much.
Wonderful. And we have to see you out here as well soon.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely will be. It was one of my favorite places to come as a student in the 80s. So I hear what you're saying when
you see. Yeah.
You know, exactly. About nostalgia at Delham.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for supporting our show. If you would like to get more exposure for your business, please have a look at our sponsorship options. Thanks again for supporting About the Winelands. Please follow us on YouTube and on our social media channels. All details and links are in the description. Welcome to About the Winelands. In this show, we'll be chatting to leaders, influencers, wine producers, restaurants, winelands businesses, and other role players. Tune in every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday for our latest episodes. You will find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram TV, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. Good day, everyone, and welcome back to About the Winelands. Today, I'm talking to Nora Thiel. Nora is from Delham in Stellenbosch, the wine estate. Welcome to About the Winelands, Nora.
Thank you very much for having me. It's wonderful to actually.
I can believe that. How did you guys cope with our lockdown situation?
Initially, it was awesome because we had no people walking here, and we live right slap bang in the middle of everything. So it's quite different to not have customers or visitors 7 days a week with us. We even had our bookies walking through our parking area, which they've never done. So it's quite special. But you know, when the cash flow dries up, then you also start worrying. So.
Yeah, I can believe that. But I must say, it must have been the first time that you actually, in your lifetime, that you had the farm to yourself, right?
Yes, yes. So I was born here.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the About the Winelands live stream. Welcome back to Save SA Wine. We are live online again, and I'd love to get some people, at a few callers, and I'd love to get a few callers again. Um, things have been hotting up recently in terms of how this page is explained. Really. Love to talk to anybody that wants to give their 2 cents. You can call in on bit.ly / about wine and come speak to us. Give us your 2 cents on the lockdown and what's happening. Um, I'd love to get your opinion and to just talk to you 3 times a day, talking about sorry about that. We're on this about 3 times a day, talking about the lockdown, the alcohol ban, and how things are progressing in South Africa. And we'd really like input from anybody that wants to give some input here. That would be fantastic. Um, like I said, things have been arting up. We are close to 30,000 people here on the live stream. On the Facebook group, the Safe Ones Facebook group, and it looks like we are going to 50 and to 100,000 very, very quickly. So that's all good news. What I would like for you guys to do is to actually look at the other platforms as well, especially Twitter. We need to get on there and actually get as much exposure as we can on Twitter. If we can trend on Twitter, this will put us on into a different, almost a different league, because if we trend there, then we would actually be able to um, what is the word? Uh, get exposure from the media. So that would be fantastic. So if everybody can get on Twitter and go to hashtag Save SA Wine, just keep sharing there, keep retweeting that hashtag, comment on other people's tweets. That would be wonderful. If you're on the Facebook group, keep on sharing with people. Make sure you've got the frame loaded onto your Facebook profile, so that people can see that you're supporting Save SA Wine, and invite as many people as you can. That would be wonderful. Um, we are really blessed that so many people from all over the world are supporting SA Wine, and that's fantastic. So the more people can actually come on here and support us, the better. So let me have a look here on the Facebook page and see what's happening and answer a few questions while we're waiting for somebody to come on. Right, so we've got 28,170 members here. John Spencer Prince just posted 48 minutes ago. Just what we needed, an excuse to buy more South African wine. Doing our bit in London. Stay safe and buy South African wine. And they've been buying the chocolate block, which is fantastic. Thank you very much for the support. Elmarie Fullion posted doing our bit from France, and they've got a bottle of Nederburg, and they're having a braai. So fantastic, a braai in France. I think there's somebody saying La from Mauritius, drinking some South African wine. Elzaan van der Merwe posted from Sydney in Australia, saying, I know it's not wine, but supporting South Africa from Sydney in Australia, and she's posting a bottle of Amarula there. So that's wonderful. And I just want to make sure from my technical team that you guys can hear me, because it seems there's a bit of a delay on the sound. So while they're checking on that, let me just run off here quickly and see what else is going on. No, it seems not getting any feedback yet from anybody from our team. Can check for me if the sound is right, um, and I would really appreciate that. It seems like we have a delay in the stream at the moment, but we'll keep going here. Okay, so they can hear me. So everything is perfect. Everything is fine. Guys, thanks again for supporting hashtag Save SA Wine. We've had tremendous support. We've had great support from people all over the world. People coming in and from countries that I almost haven't heard of. I mean, yesterday we had somebody from Myanmar actually buying South African wine, and I wouldn't never have guessed in my wildest dream that South African wines were available there. So it just shows you that we are available much wider than we actually we realize. Um, we are planning a massive party on Friday evening. I've got somebody that's online on your group. That's Yvonne. Yvonne, if you can hear this, please share this with all your friends. Yvonne is one of our big supporters, and we are planning a Friday evening online wine bar. So this is, as far as I know, this is the first virtual wine bar in existence. Maybe there's others, but we'll call this one the first. And we'll all sign up on Zoom. We'll bring our wine. We'll chat. We'll chat not only about the wine, we'll chat about all kinds of stuff. And you are more than welcome to join us. People can actually join in the Zoom group. You can talk about anything, just like in a real wine bar. We'll just sit and drink wine and chat. Obviously, we'll discuss a little bit about the lockdown situation and our country and stuff. That will come up as natural conversation. But the whole idea is to have an evening of fun, drinking wine, spending time together on the Save SA Wine online virtual wine bar Friday evening at 7 p.m. So I think that is going to be something that people will really enjoy. Then I must also say that we are launching our 50th podcast tomorrow. If you are a wine producer and you're out there and you still haven't sent in your support for Save SA Wine, a short 2 to 5 minute video telling us how this lockdown is affecting your business and your opinion on it. We'll actually splice this all together, and our whole 50th podcast will be dedicated to the Save SA Wine SA Wine campaign. So our campaign is really gathering momentum. Like I said, we're close to 30,000 people now on this group. I just want to refresh. Um, Somebody just posted that they are in Bangkok. My team says they can hear me perfectly, so that is good news. So it seems we're right back on the right track. We're streaming on YouTube. We are streaming on Facebook, on a few Facebook groups. We have the Springbok fan group involved, the largest group of guys supporting the Springbok rugby team, our World Cup winners. And there's 67,000 people in that group, and they are supporting us. And we are also streaming to Twitter, so to Periscope. So that's fantastic. And I've just heard that we'll be shortly streaming, doing live streams to LinkedIn as well, which will be fantastic. And if you are a LinkedIn user and you have a LinkedIn profile, please go to LinkedIn, search the About the Winelands Company page on LinkedIn and follow that page, because that's the page that we are going to use to do the live streams. We are also posting content on there about Save SA Wine, and you guys would do a great service to the campaign if you actually get on there and just follow about the Winelands on LinkedIn, and actually also share the posts that are posted there. Also, we are on Instagram, and we'll be streaming on Instagram Live a bit later, so anybody that are on Instagram can check us out there. If anybody wants to phone in and give their 2 cents, bit.ly/about wine. We are here. We're waiting for your call. We're going to be on here till 3 o'clock, and then back tonight at 7 o'clock. So we're streaming live 3 times a day: 9 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and 7 o'clock in the evening. Tomorrow night at 7, I have to say, this is going to be the biggest online party held in South Africa so far. We're having an online wine bar, the first virtual Zoom wine bar that I know of. We're inviting anybody from all over the world. We'll post the links to the wine bar Zoom room a bit later today, so keep an eye out for that. The thing is, you need to put on your best clothes. Women need to put on their best lipstick. Bring a bottle of wine and come chat to us in the online wine bar tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. The other thing is, I've just heard that in the wine bar we're also going to have a giveaway. We're going to give away 24 cans of the new Fishwives Club canned wine. So one lucky winner is going to get 24 cans. You need to come into the wine bar and stick up until the end. The last person standing in the wine bar will get the cans. No, we'll have a lucky winner. But that's going to be fantastic, and we can't wait. It's going to be an evening of fun. We're going to talk, about what's going on in your life, how this ban is affecting you. But we're also just going to have fun. It's going to be like a real get together in the wine bar. We're going to sit, we're going to chat, but we are going to get some interaction from that's amazing that we can do this. And although we cannot really get together socially like we used to, we can now get together people from all over the world on a technical platform or technology platform that probably wouldn't have even talked to this. Bring your bottle of wine, bring a glass, log in tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. You can win a can, 24 cans of the Fishwives Club new canned wine. And this is going to be absolutely awesome. We're going to be able to have a real good chat, and I'm looking forward to welcoming everybody available here for a call in on bit.ly/about wine. Anyone welcome. Please come join us. We really would love to see you here and to hear from you. You can give your 2 cents. We're happy to hear from anyone. We are talking about the South African wine industry. We're giving an opportunity for, it's going to be wonderful. You can. There's lots of people I hear that are ordering wine and are prepared to wait for the deliveries, but they placing orders to actually support the South industry, which is absolutely fantastic that anybody would do that. I'm just hopping over to Facebook quickly to see what's happening there, because we, like I said, we are zoning in here on 30,000 members on the Facebook group. But Mary from Woolton just posted 3 minutes ago, having dinner and searching for South African wine in my neighborhood here in Sydney. Lovely Rustenburg Chardonnay, and I've got a KWV Pinotage, amazing with curry. And she says nothing beats a pinotage as a versatile red. So this is true, right? I mean, curry is nice, a pinotage is nice. I just see a footprint, the Longwalk Merlot pinotage from Bangkok that's being sold there. A great South African wine. Um, Then Thunel just posted here 24 minutes ago a court case on behalf of restaurants in court on Tuesday, 11th of August from 10 a.m. We've already made a good breakthrough with the current curfew restriction, and they are hoping that the court case will have an outcome. I'm not going to read the whole thing yet. You can read it online what they're trying to achieve. But good luck with that. Hopefully, the restaurants can get some reprieve on what they want. Talking about restaurants, I want to say a massive thank you to the guy from Jan from restaurant Jan, who's pairing all these dishes with South African wine, and he challenged all other expat restaurant owners and sommeliers to actually do the same. 28,213 people here on our Facebook group and going strong. Um, I think this group is going to go to 50 and to 100,000 very, very shortly. We are streaming on Facebook, on Twitter. On Twitter, we're streaming through Periscope. We are on YouTube, and we really want everybody to support us. I just got a message that there's a short delay in the live stream, for which we apologize. It looks like we're having some technical gremlins. We're not going to be on much longer for today. We're actually going to be back on again here at um, 7 o'clock this afternoon or this evening for anybody that wants to give their 2 cents. And I'll talk to you then. I'm going to put on the Dalam video for now, and we'll see what happens in terms of getting people in tonight. But we need to get this momentum going. So I'm making an appeal to everybody to keep on inviting people, keep on inviting your family, keep on inviting friends, people that are not on here. Make sure that everyone is using the Facebook frame. It's extremely important that we have this framing done. We're having a little bit of a technical issue with the live stream this afternoon, so we're going to cut it a bit shorter than usual, and I'll talk to you guys at 7 o'clock. Thank you very much.